Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where everyone wants to be heard, yet very few are truly listened to. People fight to prove their worth, shout to gain attention, and rush to defend their opinions. But let me ask you, who are the ones that truly hold power? It's not the loudest in the room, it's the quiet observer who controls the game. Silence is often misunderstood. Many believe that to be heard, one must speak the loudest, that to be respected, one must assert themselves constantly. But the truth is, silence is one of the most powerful tools in life. It is not a sign of weakness, but a deliberate strategy that allows individuals to observe, learn, and make calculated moves when the time is right. Those who understand the power of silence recognize that it is not passive. It is an active force that shapes outcomes, influences decisions, and commands respect. When you remain silent, you create space for observation. In conversations, negotiations, and even conflicts, the one who speaks less always has the upper hand. When you speak too much, you expose your thoughts, emotions, and sometimes even your weaknesses. But when you remain quiet, you force others to reveal themselves. They fill the silence with their words, exposing their intentions, their fears, and their strategies. In any situation where power is at play, silence allows you to collect information while keeping your own position secure. It is in the stillness that you gain insight into people's true nature. Learning is another advantage of silence. Those who talk excessively miss out on valuable lessons because they are too busy trying to be heard. The greatest minds, the most successful leaders, and the wisest individuals have one thing in common. They are exceptional listeners. They understand that knowledge is gained through listening, not through constant speaking. When you stay silent, you give yourself the opportunity to absorb information, process it, and use it to your advantage. Whether in business relationships or personal growth, silence allows you to gather the wisdom necessary to make better decisions. Beyond observation and learning, silence is also a tactical advantage. Life is a game of timing. Making a move too soon or revealing too much too early can be detrimental. Silence gives you control over when and how you act. When you don't react impulsively, you can assess the situation with clarity. You avoid unnecessary confrontations, emotional decisions, and costly mistakes. Those who master silence understand that not every situation requires an immediate response. Sometimes the most effective action is to wait, to let others reveal their intentions, to let situations unfold naturally. In moments of conflict, silence is a power move. When someone is trying to provoke you, arguing or reacting emotionally only fuels their control over you. But when you remain silent, you take away their power. They become frustrated, unsure of how to get a response from you. This shifts the control in your favor. The ability to stay silent in the face of provocation demonstrates emotional intelligence, self-discipline, and inner strength. It shows that you are not easily manipulated, that you are in control of yourself in the situation. Silence also commands respect. People are naturally drawn to those who do not reveal everything about themselves. There is an air of mystery around those who speak selectively. When you only speak when necessary, your words carry more weight. People listen when you talk because they know your words are intentional, not just noise. Silence creates an aura of confidence and control, making you stand out without having to seek attention. In a world where everyone is eager to speak, few truly listen. People rush to express their opinions, defend their beliefs, and prove their worth through words. Yet, the most powerful and successful individuals operate differently. They understand that true influence does not come from talking the most, but from listening the best. They recognize that words can be deceptive, but what is left unsaid often holds the most valuable insights. By listening more and speaking less, they gain knowledge, build stronger relationships, and position themselves ahead of those who waste energy in constant chatter. Listening is a skill that separates leaders from followers. Those who dominate conversations may appear confident, but confidence is not in how much one speaks. It is in how much one understands. When you listen, you gather critical information that others overlook. You hear the emotions behind words, the intentions hidden in tones, and the unspoken messages in silence. While most people focus on what they want to say next, great listeners focus on what is being said in the moment. This awareness gives them an unmatched advantage in any situation, whether in business, relationships, or negotiations. In conversations, those who listen attentively control the interaction, while others speak without thinking, revealing their plans and vulnerabilities. The great listener gathers insights. Every word spoken by others is a window into their thoughts, motivations, and emotions. Instead of rushing to prove themselves, great listeners allow people to expose their true nature. They absorb details, read between the lines, and use this knowledge to make better decisions. Those who talk too much often regret what they reveal, while those who listen gain wisdom without giving away their own position. Beyond strategy, listening is a tool for building meaningful relationships. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel heard. When you listen more, you make others feel valued, understood, and respected. This creates trust, which is the foundation of any strong relationship, whether personal or professional. The most influential leaders are not those who command attention with their words, but those who create impact by making others feel seen and heard. By speaking less and listening more, they build loyalty, gain allies, and establish credibility. Listening also prevents wasted energy. People who talk excessively often do so out of insecurity, trying to fill silence with words that add little value. They exhaust themselves seeking validation, defending unnecessary points, or engaging in arguments that lead nowhere. Meanwhile, the great listener conserves their energy. They do not engage in pointless debates or speak for the sake of being heard. Instead, they focus on what matters, choosing their words carefully and ensuring that when they do speak, their message is impactful. Patience is key to mastering the art of listening. Many people feel an urge to interrupt, to insert their opinions, or to react instantly. But those who resist this impulse gain control over their interactions. They allow others to reveal more than intended, to talk themselves into corners, or to expose gaps in their reasoning. The power of silence forces others to think more deeply, to reflect on their words, and to recognize the strength of the one who listens. While the majority waste energy trying to be the loudest voice in the room, the true leaders remain silent, absorbing everything, and waiting for the perfect moment to speak. In a world filled with noise, many people spend more time talking about their ambitions than actually pursuing them. They announce their plans, seek validation, and make promises about what they will accomplish. But those who truly achieve success operate differently. They do not waste energy trying to convince others of their potential. Instead, they focus on action. They let their results speak for them. While others are busy making claims, they are busy executing. They understand that success is measured by outcomes, not by words. Talking about a goal does not bring it to life. Doing the work does. Many people fall into the trap of believing that by discussing their plans, they are making progress. They seek approval, hoping that external validation will fuel their motivation. But the reality is, every moment spent talking about what could be done is a moment not spent doing the actual work. The most successful individuals do not feel the need to announce every move. They channel their energy into execution rather than empty words. They recognize that achievements, not explanations, earn respect. Action separates doers from dreamers. Anyone can say they want to build a business, get in shape, or achieve greatness. But few actually commit to the process. Real success does not come from intention alone. It comes from consistency, discipline, and relentless effort. Those who prioritize action understand that results take time, and they are willing to work in silence while others are distracted by noise. They do not seek immediate recognition because they know that when results appear, they will speak louder than any words ever could. There is a reason why the most successful people often appear quiet about their plans. They do not feel the need to convince anyone of what they are capable of. They know that when they produce results, others will take notice. This quiet confidence sets them apart. They do not chase approval or try to prove their worth with words. Instead, they focus on becoming so good at what they do that their success is undeniable. The world eventually recognizes those who are consistent in their efforts. The power of results is that they cannot be debated. When you show progress, people cannot question your commitment. When you succeed, no one can deny your hard work. Results eliminate the need for explanations. They create undeniable proof of your dedication, intelligence, and resilience. Those who spend time justifying themselves, making excuses, or seeking recognition before they have achieved anything only weaken their credibility. Meanwhile, those who let their work do the talking gain the respect of those around them effortlessly. Another key reason to focus on results over words is that action builds momentum. When you start seeing progress, even small wins push you forward. The process itself becomes the motivation, while those who rely on external validation often lose motivation when attention fades. Those who stay focused on results build an internal drive that keeps them going. They become unstoppable because their motivation is rooted in their actions, not in public approval. The lesson is simple. Words may capture attention for a moment, but results leave a lasting impact. The real proof of ambition, intelligence, and capability is found in action. Instead of telling the world what you will do, show them what you have done. Let your results be the voice that speaks for you. Silence is one of the most underestimated strategies in life. Most people believe that power comes from speaking up, asserting themselves, and responding to every challenge. But the truth is, silence can be an even greater weapon. It creates uncertainty, forces others to reveal their intentions, and gives you control over any situation. When you stop reacting emotionally, you take away the ability of others to manipulate you. Silence confuses those who seek to provoke you, frustrates those who try to control you, and establishes you as someone who cannot be easily shaken. People who depend on emotional reactions to feel powerful are left powerless in the presence of silence. When they attack, they expect a response, anger, defensiveness, or an explanation. They thrive on knowing they have triggered a reaction. But when you do not react, they are left uncertain. They begin to question whether their words had any effect. Their confidence wavers because they no longer feel in control. Silence creates discomfort for those who rely on dominance through verbal pressure. It forces them to rethink their approach, often leading them to expose their own insecurities. In conflicts, silence is a psychological advantage. Those who argue loudly, demand explanations, or seek attention do so because they crave validation. They want to know they are being heard, that their words carry weight. When you refuse to engage, you strip them of that power. Your silence forces them to wonder what you are thinking, whether you are planning something greater, or if you simply do not care. This uncertainty puts them on edge, making them more likely to make mistakes. While they waste energy trying to get a reaction, you remain in control, observing and waiting for the right moment to act. Emotional control is a sign of strength, and silence is one of the best ways to demonstrate it. When you stop reacting impulsively, you show that you are not easily swayed by emotions or external pressure. This makes you unpredictable, and unpredictability is powerful. People who cannot anticipate your response find it difficult to manipulate you. They lose confidence in their ability to influence your decisions. The less you reveal, the harder it is for others to use information against you. By staying silent, you protect your thoughts, your plans, and your personal power. Beyond conflicts, silence also shifts the balance of power in conversations. The one who speaks less usually controls the discussion. People feel uncomfortable with silence and often rush to fill it with words, revealing more than they intend to. When you listen instead of speaking, you allow others to expose their weaknesses while keeping your own thoughts private. You dictate the flow of the conversation without having to force your presence. This is why powerful leaders, negotiators, and strategists use silence to their advantage. They know that by speaking less, they command more respect and authority. Silence also teaches patience. Those who react impulsively often regret their words. But when you pause, when you hold back instead of engaging in meaningless disputes, you gain clarity. You can see through manipulation, avoid unnecessary conflicts, and choose your responses wisely. Silence gives you the time to think, strategize, and decide on the best course of action without being influenced by emotions. It keeps you composed in situations where others would lose control. In the end, silence is not just the absence of words, it is the presence of power. Energy is one of the most valuable resources a person has. Where you direct your focus, your energy follows. Many people waste their energy on things that do not serve them, explaining themselves to people who will never understand, seeking validation from those who do not matter, and engaging in conversations that drain rather than uplift them. Instead of fueling their growth, they scatter their energy in too many directions, leaving themselves exhausted and unfulfilled. The key to real progress is simple. Stop wasting energy on meaningless words and start channeling it into personal growth. Every time you explain yourself to people who are not genuinely interested in understanding you, you give away a piece of your energy. You may think you are clarifying your position or proving your worth, but in reality, you are engaging in a cycle that leads nowhere. People who do not respect you will not suddenly change their minds because of your explanations. People who doubt you will not suddenly believe in you because of your words. The truth is, the more you try to prove yourself, the more power you give away. Instead of talking, let your actions speak. Energy is preserved when you choose to show rather than tell. Seeking validation is another major energy drain. Many people look for approval before they take action, constantly questioning whether they are good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough. They rely on external opinions to feel confident, forgetting that confidence is built from within. The moment you stop seeking validation, you reclaim your energy. Instead of waiting for someone to tell you that you are capable, you prove it through your action. Growth happens when you invest your energy in becoming better, not in convincing others of your potential. Another way energy is wasted is through unnecessary conversations and arguments. Some people feel the need to respond to every opinion, to correct every misunderstanding, and to defend themselves against every criticism. But not every battle is worth fighting. The strongest individuals know when to stay silent, when to walk away, and when to conserve their energy for things that truly matter. Engaging in pointless discussions only drains you, leaving less energy for your actual goals. By choosing where to focus your attention, you ensure that your energy is used productively. Personal growth flourishes when energy is directed inward. Instead of explaining yourself to others, use that time to develop new skills. Instead of seeking validation, use that energy to build something meaningful. Instead of arguing with those who misunderstand you, channel your energy into actions that create undeniable proof of your abilities. Every ounce of energy spent on self-improvement multiplies over time, leading to greater achievements and deeper fulfillment. Growth is a result of consistent effort, and effort requires energy. When you are mindful of where your energy flows, you become intentional with your time and focus. You stop entertaining distractions and start prioritizing what truly moves you forward. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is not intelligence or talent. It is how they use their energy. While some waste it on explanations, validation, and meaningless conversations, others invest it in their evolution. The choice is simple. Stop pouring energy into things that deplete you and start directing it toward what makes you stronger. Every word you speak carries weight. Words have the power to shape perceptions, reveal intentions, and influence outcomes. Yet most people do not realize that speaking too much can come at a cost. When you talk excessively, you expose more than you should. Your thoughts, emotions, weaknesses, and even your future plans. The more you say, the more you give others the ability to use your words against you. In contrast, those who speak less maintain control, not only over conversations, but also over their personal and professional lives. The ability to remain reserved is not just a skill, it is a strategy that keeps you ahead. People who talk too much often reveal their vulnerabilities without realizing it. When emotions run high, words slip out that should have been kept in. In moments of frustration, anger, or excitement, many people say things they later regret. These words cannot be taken back, and once spoken, they can be used as ammunition by those who seek to manipulate, criticize, or undermine them. Resisting the urge to speak unnecessarily gives you the power to observe, think, and respond only when necessary. Those who master this skill never give away more than they intend to. Speaking too much also diminishes your influence. When someone talks excessively, their words lose value. The more you say, the less impact each word has. But when you choose your words carefully, each one carries weight. People pay attention to those who speak with intention and precision. They remember those who communicate only when necessary. Silence, when used correctly, creates an aura of strength. It forces people to listen when you finally choose to speak, making your words more impactful. Another cost of excessive talking is the risk of exposing future plans and strategies. Many people sabotage their own success by discussing their goals too soon. They share their ambitions with others who may not have their best interests at heart. When too much is revealed, ideas can be stolen, plans can be disrupted, and unnecessary opinions can create doubt. Successful individuals do not announce their moves before they make them. They understand that speaking less keeps them in control, allowing them to take action without interference. Conversations are not just exchanges of words, they are exchanges of power. The one who speaks less in a discussion often holds the upper hand. When you say little, you force others to reveal more. They fill the silence, exposing their thoughts, fears, and insecurities. This gives you an advantage, allowing you to gather information while keeping your own position unknown. The less you speak, the harder it is for others to predict your next move. Every unnecessary word you speak drains your energy. Conversations filled with gossip, complaints, and meaningless talk serve no purpose other than distraction. People who talk excessively often find themselves exhausted, while those who speak with intention remain focused and disciplined. Energy should be directed toward action, not wasted on unnecessary words. The most powerful individuals are not the ones who talk the most, but the ones who speak only when it truly matters. Silence is one of the most powerful tools in negotiation. While many believe that the best negotiators are those who dominate conversations with arguments, counterpoints, and persuasive language, the reality is quite different. The most effective negotiators understand that silence creates discomfort, and in that discomfort, people reveal their true thoughts, weaknesses, and intentions. Mastering the ability to stay silent at the right moments can give you an incredible advantage, allowing you to dictate the flow of discussions without saying much at all. Most people are uncomfortable with silence. They rush to fill the gaps in conversation, often revealing more than they intended. This is especially true in negotiations, where uncertainty can make the other party nervous. When you remain silent after making a proposal or stating a key point, you create a psychological pressure that forces the other person to respond. Instead of showing hesitation or second-guessing yourself, you allow the other side to expose their level of interest, their doubts, or even their willingness to compromise. By staying quiet, you shift the burden of the conversation onto them, making them feel the need to justify their position. Silence also helps you avoid making unnecessary concessions. Many people, in an effort to fill awkward pauses, end up negotiating against themselves. They lower their demands or offer compromises without the other side even asking for them. When you speak too quickly, you may accidentally reveal how flexible you are, which weakens your position. But when you remain silent, you force the other party to show their hand first. They may offer something better than you expected simply because they feel the need to break the silence. In addition to being a strategic tool, silence also conveys confidence. People associate confidence with composure, and silence is one of the strongest indicators of self-assurance. When you are comfortable with pauses, you project an image of someone who is in control. This makes the other party more likely to respect your position, take your terms seriously, and hesitate before pushing back too aggressively. A person who constantly speaks may come across as uncertain or eager to please, while a person who is deliberate with their words appears strong and decisive. Another advantage of silence in negotiation is that it gives you time to think. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can process the situation, analyze the other party's reactions, and choose your words carefully. Many people feel pressured to respond immediately, but those who master the art of pausing gain valuable moments to refine their strategy. In negotiations, the first response is not always the best one. Taking a brief silence before answering allows you to control your emotions and craft a more effective reply. Moreover, silence allows you to detect deception. When people are lying or hiding something, they often try to over-explain or fill the silence with excessive words. A well-placed pause can make them nervous, causing inconsistencies in their story. The more they talk, the more likely they are to reveal details they did not intend to share. By staying silent, you encourage them to keep talking, which can help you uncover the truth. In any negotiation, the goal is to achieve the best possible outcome while maintaining control. Silence is not passive, it is an active strategy that compels the other party to reveal more, make better offers, and respect your position. Those who master silence gain an undeniable edge, proving that sometimes saying nothing at all is the most powerful move you can make. Mystery is a powerful force. People are naturally drawn to what they do not fully understand, to those who hold back just enough to keep others curious. In a world where everyone is eager to share every detail of their lives, those who remain reserved stand out. They command respect, intrigue, and influence without having to demand it. Silence, when used intentionally, builds an aura of mystery that makes people pay closer attention, wonder about your thoughts, and seek your presence more than they otherwise would. When someone reveals too much about themselves, they remove the element of curiosity. Predictability makes a person less interesting. If people always know what you think, what you plan to do next, and how you will react, they stop paying attention. But when you hold back, when you leave certain things unsaid, you keep others engaged. They want to know more, they ask more questions, they remember you longer. Silence creates intrigue, and intrigue makes you memorable. People respect those who do not constantly seek validation through words. When you speak less, every word you do say holds more weight. You become someone whose opinions are valued, not because you talk often, but because when you do, it is meaningful. Silence forces people to listen more carefully. It makes them wonder what you are thinking. And in that wonder, your presence becomes more powerful. Those who speak too much often devalue their own words, while those who practice restraint make their voices more influential. Mystery also gives you control over how others perceive you. When you do not reveal everything about yourself, you allow others to create their own image of you, one that is often more impressive than reality. People tend to fill in the blanks with their own assumptions, and when you remain reserved, their perception of you is shaped by their own imagination. This works in your favor, as they will often attribute qualities to you that you never had to prove. The less you say, the more others assume about you, and often they assume greatness. Silence also prevents unnecessary misunderstandings. Many conflicts arise from speaking too much, from revealing too many thoughts, emotions, or plans that were not meant to be shared. When you keep certain things to yourself, you reduce the chances of being misinterpreted, criticized, or underestimated. The less you say, the less people have to use against you. Mystery protects you from those who might try to manipulate or take advantage of you. There is also an undeniable confidence in those who do not feel the need to explain themselves. People who are comfortable with silence project a sense of security and strength. They do not chase approval or seek attention. Their quiet presence commands respect. Others are naturally drawn to those who do not desperately try to impress. Instead, they become intrigued, wanting to uncover the layers of someone who does not reveal everything at once. The power of mystery is not about secrecy, but about control. It is about knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Those who master it are not forgotten. They leave an impact without having to force it. Their silence speaks louder than words, drawing people in, earning their respect, and keeping them wondering what lies beneath the surface. Stillness is a rare and powerful skill in a world that is constantly moving. Society glorifies busyness, noise, and constant action, making people believe that movement equals progress. But the truth is, real power lies in the ability to be still, to remain calm when others are restless, to observe when others rush, and to act with precision rather than desperation. Those who master stillness and patience rise above the rest because they do not get caught in the distractions of urgency. They understand that true strength is not in reacting to everything, but in knowing when to act and when to wait. Most people fear stillness because they associate it with inaction. They believe that if they are not constantly moving, they are falling behind. But the most successful individuals understand that stillness is not the absence of action. It is the foundation of powerful action. Stillness creates clarity. It allows you to process situations without being influenced by panic or pressure. When you are still, you see things as they are, not as your emotions make them appear. This clarity gives you an advantage because you do not make rushed decisions. Instead, you choose the right action at the right time. The world is full of distractions. People chase trends, react impulsively, and allow external noise to dictate their direction. Those who master stillness rise above this chaos. They do not allow temporary distractions to pull them away from their long-term goals. They understand that patience is a weapon. While others rush into decisions based on fear or excitement, they wait for the perfect moment to move. This patience makes them unstoppable because they never waste energy on what does not matter. Stillness also allows you to control your emotions. In moments of anger, frustration, or anxiety, people often react in ways they later regret. But when you practice stillness, you develop the ability to pause. Instead of reacting impulsively, you give yourself space to think, to understand, and to respond in a way that benefits you. The ability to remain calm in any situation is a form of dominance. It shows that you are in control of yourself, and when you control yourself, no one else can control you. Those who are always restless become exhausted. They spread themselves too thin, trying to do everything at once, never truly excelling at anything. But those who embrace stillness conserve their energy. They do not waste time on unnecessary battles or meaningless pursuits. Instead, they focus on what truly matters. And when they finally take action, they do so with full force. Their movements are precise, powerful, and effective. People respect those who carry an aura of stillness. They are drawn to individuals who do not rush to speak, who do not react emotionally, and who seem unaffected by the noise around them. This quiet confidence makes you stand out in a world full of chaos. It makes people listen when you speak and notice when you act. Stillness is not weakness, it is the highest form of strength. It is the ability to remain unshaken in the face of adversity, to wait when others panic, and to act with intention rather than impulse. Those who master it do not chase success, they attract it. While the world is busy running in circles, they rise above it all, moving with precision, purpose, and undeniable power. Silence is not emptiness, it is power. In a world that rewards noise, those who master stillness, patience, and restraint rise above the rest. Speaking less forces people to listen when you do speak. Moving with intention makes every action count. Holding back reveals more than excessive words ever could. The greatest minds, the strongest leaders, and the most successful individuals understand that mystery, silence, and control are not weaknesses but strengths. When you stop reacting to everything, you gain power over yourself and your environment. When you listen more and speak less, you gather wisdom while others waste energy. When you let your results speak, you command respect without seeking it. Every word, every moment of stillness, every pause in conversation can shift the balance of power in your favor. Those who master silence, patience, and restraint do not chase success. It comes to them. They do not seek validation, it follows them. They do not waste their energy explaining, reacting, or proving themselves. Instead, they remain steady, focused, and in control. In the end, everything they desire finds its way to them because they have learned the greatest secret of all. Real power is not in speaking, but in knowing when to be silent.